Hey, 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 this is your recap Auntie. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Char. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Okay, you doing all right? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Had a really good weekend. Okay, good, good. Yeah, mine was fairly decent. It was slow. Yeah, I ain't do much or nothing. I'm trying to enjoy this time because y'all know on Sunday I go for my audition. So yeah, that show is so big. They had to add another day for auditions for people because they had so many people sign up for it. So y'all pray for Auntie. Y'all pray hard. Y'all pray hard. Send all the good juju, prayers, anointing oils, everything. Everything you can send because we're going to go in there and get this role. Y'all hear me? We're going to get it. Okay? So we got a few days of what is it? Shows this week, I think. I saw that some of the CBS soap operas will be on hiatus because of March Madness. Okay. Uh, what a wonderful weekend to see that Michael B. Jordan won for Best Actor for Sinners. He should have because it's hard enough to play one role, let alone two. When I first sat down, my boyfriend told me about it. Sir was like, "Baby, I want to go see this movie called Sinners. Y'all already know when you're in church. Why in the world I'm going to spend some money about sinners? All this other deep churchy stuff. That's what I was thinking. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about me. Or like Joey says, May." And when I saw that, I didn't know it was the same guy. Because I wanted to go in there blind. Y'all know how I do. I do this when it comes to the show, and I do it. I did it with that. I didn't want to see no preview, no teaser, no nothing. And I was like, "Is that the same guy? He played two different roles." He was like, "Yeah, be quiet." And when I tell you the brilliance, the technicalities, the nuances of how he killed those roles of Smoke and Stack, I've never seen anything like it. I'm sorry. I've just never on the same screen. Now we've seen, is it which one is it? Being Mary Jane or whatever, Baby Jane or something? When was it Betty? Lord have mercy. Y'all know I'm talking Betty Davis. I think she played twins. Back in the day, all of those. We've even seen Eddie Murphy play a bunch of roles on the screen, but that man, Michael B. Jordan, it was so brilliant to watch that and the whole um um I lied to you sequence with the music. Oh, perfection. Perfection. So I'm happy that he won. They got best cinematography as they should have. Um and best original screenplay as they should have. So hate that they didn't get best film, but I need to see the other one that Tiana Taylor and all them were in. I need to watch that one day. But anyway, yeah, very proud of him. Very happy for him. Y'all be having me cracking up in these comments. I mean, Miss Welder was like, "Girl, get over it. Dougie's dead." Miss Welder, if he ain't dead, you better come back and you better send me one of your art pieces for free. You be like, "Shar, what you want? I want you to take all the pictures of the art pieces that you have, and I'm gonna pick the biggest, most heaviest one." I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I love that we can have friendly, fun family banter around here. That's what we do. We do it, honey. We do it, and we do it for the Kiki. All right, we are here to do a full recap of episode number 51, season 2, Beyond the Gates, honey. We are here. We are here. And thank y'all for breaking down Shotgun as far as the sitting in the front seat. Thank you, James, as always. Thank you, Mr. Parms. Thank you to everybody who gave their, input on what they wanted me to know about what shotgun sit, in the front seat meant. Thank y'all so very fucking much. That's why I love y'all. Y'all is my fam. I miss y'all when if I have to, go away for a little bit. I might try to peek my head in there and here and there, because on some days we won't have rehearsals until we get closer to the show if I get cast. So I'm gonna miss y'all. I'm gonna really miss you. But I gotta do what I gotta do, honey. I gotta feed my gift. My gift is the stage, and if I don't do anything this year, I know I'd already been precast for a show for next year. So but one person has been touching me on the shoulder, like, Shard, yeah, I really would love it if you come and audition for this, because if I do that, then I know for a fact that I'll get that role. But I've already done that show last year, and I'm cool. I played a different role, and I just don't want to play that role, that show anymore. I've done it two times already. So I'm cool. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get this party started. Y'all know I always, catch up with y'all over the weekend. Y'all like to hear about what's going on. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, we had tornado warning in my city in Charlotte. Surgeons told me during his lunch break that an area that's at least I know 20 minutes from me because I have to drive through that area to sometimes go to his house. That it was hit, and that area had like 85 mile per hour winds. I'm like, you kidding? That was close. That was real close to me. So thank God for his protection. I hope that nobody got hurt. I think a business lost a roof over there. So you guys be careful out there. I got some coworkers who told me that she was in the midst of blizzards and we got tornadoes, shit over the weekend. It was sunny. It's like it's just so much going on. Can't nobody tell me that global warming ain't real. It's something going on, some type of warming or warning happening. So yeah, it's really crazy. So I'm working on getting me another microphone. I love this one, but I'm testing out something else that's coming soon. So hopefully it can be more crispy and more professional and everything like that. So it better not sound all muffled like that other time that I was pushing through. But anyway, I think that's all I wanted to catch up on with you guys and gals. Is that it? I think that's it. So let me go ahead and get this party started. Now we can do the countdown in five. Wait a minute. This week better be better. Okay? They better be better. It was all right last week. It was all right. It was all right. I need for them to come back better. Wait, they had a pass the phone a little thing that Isaiah, the guy who plays Isaiah, they kept passing the phone. I'm gonna pass my phone to the person who's getting a freak on this year. And then it was like they passed it to to Nicole. I want to get my freak on to this lady who thinks it's not over between her and my dad. Then they gave it to Les. It was really cute. If you um or are on IG, go to the Beyond the Gates page, and they had like a little pass the phone type of thing. It was cute. And Keith Robinson with his old crazy ass story times. He's really funny. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and get this party started in five, four, eight, three, two, and one. All right. We open up at the country club with the happy couple, Chelsea and Madison, giving each other some smooching. I am loving that royal blue that my girl got on, Madison. She was like, honey, I thought that your mom and Kat would have been here by now. Well, mom got one of those drop everything and fix it texts, and Kat. Madison was like, honey, running on her own clock, right? Chelsea was like, girl, if she could have rescheduled her own birth, that bitch would have found a way, honey. They started kikiing. So I guess they're doing some wedding, brain tricks. So she's like, we don't need them to get everything started, honey. Madison says, just tell me what brilliant ideas have you been cooking up, honey. Don't let Chelsea do it because y'all gonna have some damn unicorns with tutus running around that damn church. She's like, well, nothing concrete. I just been remembering Naomi and Jacob's wedding. I wish they would go ahead and show that shit because I need to see Isaiah and Elon get into that fight. They ain't gonna do that. Yeah, yeah. Jacob and Naomi he was like, bring your ass over here now. They got in that bed, baby. They did whatever they need to do. So Madison was like, honey, your family really knows how to throw an event. And so Chelsea was like, baby, it was transcendent. Naomi looked like she just stepped right out of a fairy tale, and it looked like she floated down the aisle instead of walk. She probably did, knowing Danny, honey. Danny had that little witchy poo wand. She wrapped it around her baby girl before she went around that damn aisle, and she was floating. I promise you that. So Mattis was like, bitch, it looked like they set a high bar for us. Yeah, their love story is definitely one for the books. So, honey, we see Naomi knock the fuck out, honey. That's when you get. When he came over, baby, he said, I'll put you to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, she sleep, baby. She So she reach over on the bed, honey, and he gone. Is that their house or they got some type of room? Maybe they got a room somewhere. So she got up and see where the fuck he at. So he said he didn't want to wake her, gone to get some breakfast. He'd be back soon. Love you always, Jacob. Oh, Jacob. So so we hear knock, knock, knock. And so Naomi says, did you forget your key? And so it's Danny standing there crying. This got to be a dream. So she was like, Mom, what you doing here? Danny was like, Elon called me. And so Naomi was like, what? How did he even know where I was? Girl, this a dream. She says Jacob was able to tell him before. Naomi was like, bitch, before what? Mom, you're scaring me. Danny, the dream Danny, because I feel like this is a fucking dream. Sweetheart, you need to sit down. No, 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 just no. And just tell me what happened. Where is he? I'm so sorry, baby. Jacob's gone. Dream, Danny says. We know Jacob ain't gone. That's Naomi scared because she don't know all of the details of what's going on with this investigation. She's scared. So that's her subconscious. Either that's Jacob's subconscious talk dreaming about it or Naomi's dreaming about it, honey. God, I don't understand. Danny was like, girl, he was killed in the line of duty. Because remember, it was the same way when that damn Bill was dreaming about uh, him and Danny on the desk, get ready to screw. Yeah, this is a dream, honey. Honey, we get a no, no, no. Oh my God. And then we get the All right, so we in the next scene. We thought we was gonna pick up where we left off, but we had Nicole's low cut top. She's so been showing them T-tops more and more. So we hear a knock at her door. So he opens the door. Good morning, doctor. It's Carlton. She was like, don't you mean bonjour? He says, touche. Well, I know how intoxicating the islands of the French Caribbean can be. I was definitely worried that you were thinking that they were too good to leave behind. He says, well, no doubt it was very tempting with their left eye closed. He says, but there was one problem. What was that? Nicole says. He says, my niece had us doing viral dancings for her birthday. I have seen you move. I'm betting you held your own. He's like, well, apparently I slayed something called the apple. I don't know what that is. Maybe he'll do it. Yeah. He's like, don't ask me how, and he did it. Yeah, put that hand to his face like he eating. I didn't know that was called the apple. I thought it was called the eating. I don't. So he did something. He looked real corny, as always. So Nicole clapped for him. Okay. He says, Merci. She says, sounds like it was a great getaway nonetheless. He says it was until I got homesick. In the middle of paradise, she says. Any particular reason? Honestly, he says, you. Shit, I've been fucking. I've been having a good time since you was gone, Carlton. I thought we was gonna go another week without this bitch. We're at the country club. I'm not talking about having, no, I am not talking about having just any wedding here, Bijou. What wedding are you fucking talking about? Leslie, y'all, that's who we're talking to. I am envisioning something so legendary that the Smithsonian will be begging for the memorabilia. Going to keep spending that. I love that fucking skirt she had on. It's an army green leather damn skirt. Bitch. She wearing that now. She is. I mean, like I said, Leslie's a beautiful lady. And hey, Bijou. Hey, boo, I ain't never seen you before. Good. Why is she planning a wedding where they ain't even had no engagement yet? Come on, Darlene. Darlene coming, honey. Come on, Darlene. Cause Darlene definitely gonna make her boy do something that he ain't ready to do. And I'm gonna charge them a pretty penny too. The Smithsonian, they gonna want the memorabilia, baby. You know, my event will put this stuffy country club on the map in a way so that those Duprees, with all their little tide money and even tired of their taste, never could. Man, there was a video of Trisha in the airport because she takes Southwest Airlines. And so she said, girl, y'all, normally my Southwest people, they be loving me. It's these older black women, like our age and up, maybe more 60s or 70s, and they still work for Southwest. Honey, they told her, they said they don't like you no more. They let Trisha have it. She's like, wait a minute, y'all don't love me no more. Why you don't love me? They's like, girl, you just been doing the most, girl. Them Southwest gate attendants or ticket attendants, those ladies, they were precious. They were all so beautiful, and you could tell they make time to watch this show. So I'm glad to see that. And again, I think most of us are in our 50s and up who watch it. You have some young people that be on IG, but they clearly been talking about this show at work. So she said normally they be showing me love, honey, but they ain't showing me no love, baby. Since I've been acting the fuck up. So yeah, it was really cute. I would have loved to just sit down and talk with them too. Hopefully, maybe some of them are subscribed. I don't know. But that's my audience right there. Y'all are my golden rascals. I love y'all so so much. I mean, all everybody now. Don't get it twisted now. I like the baby rascals. I like the mid-range rascals, but them golden ones, that's my hearts. That's my hearts. Of course, that's why I started this recap thing. Because of my mama, R.I.P. But yeah, yeah. They really let her have it. So Bijou asks her, well, will your fiance be joining us today for the planning? That bitch ain't engaged to nobody but herself. Oh, my uh DC Metro Police boo. He's married, bitch. How you gonna plan a wedding with a man who's already married? Yeah, well, he didn't exactly pop the question. A tiny complication, girl. His divorce ain't been final, so. And Bijou was looking at her like, bitch, you're wasting my time. Reclaiming my time, bitch. Reclaiming my time. You know how those legal proceedings can drag on, girl. So Bijou was like, so you're here on behalf of oh, and my daughter, my Eva. And Hunty, she has bagged her a hot one, hun. Why you talking about that boy like that, girl? My future son-in-law is fine as the day is long. Why are you talking about your yes, and I'm gonna have me some pretty little grandbabies. And she looking at her like, you crazy bitch. Bijou, we think the same thing, girl. I love that little polka dot top. So she holding her arm. Bijou looking like, girl, okay. So we're at the rat trap. This is Eva's apartment, honey. She comes out with her cute little robe. I like that little peachy colored robe that she has on. She's cute. Twirling that hair. You know, Eva always gonna grab some hair to twirl, honey. Damn, Gina, why you out here serving body like it's all you can eat buffet? I'll tell you about Liam, Isaiah, whatever the fuck his name is. He got body, and I have been starving for weeks. She says, "Girl, you ain't starving, honey. That man give you meat all the time." He says, well, maybe we should start with an appetizer then as he grabs his bottle. Look at me, talk about body. Grabs his bottle, his water bottle, baby. And he started pouring that water down his chest. She's like, boy, I am going to need another shower, okay? A cold one, maybe two. Maybe I should join you, he says. And they kiss each other. Okay, as much as every cell in my body is screaming, yes, I really got to get to work. He was like, your dad seems to be mad cool. Maybe he won't be tripping if you just show up a little or more than a little late for work. You know what I'm saying? My dad will definitely trip, okay? Unless you want to be the one to call and explain how I can't make it to work because my gorgeous as fuck boyfriend is horny. He says, I hit him up after, okay? It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? Right. Damn right. He's standing there with that wet chest, baby. She says, you don't need my permission for anything. He said, say less. Wait a minute. So we're back. And so Naomi is laying her lap in Danny's, laying her head, laying it. Oh, Naomi is laying her head in Danny's lap and says, please tell me everything that Elon said. So Danny says Jacob's cover was blown. She says there was a drive-by at Orphe Jeans and he was gunned down. So she said, no, this can't be true. He was just here holding me. We was talking about taking vacations when this case was over. Maybe they're lying so he can be really undercover, undercover. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. So she showed her the note that he wrote, Mama, he promised me forever, maybe. Mama, he promised me forever. And Danny was like, girl, I know, baby. I know, I know. Y'all, come on, get to the end of this so I can see that this shit ain't real. What am I going to do? How am I going to live in a world where Jacob doesn't exist? He just wasn't my husband. He was my safe place. Yep. So Danny tells her to lay down on the pillow. I can't lay down because if I wake up, he's not going to be here anymore. Come on, baby. I know. Lay down and lay down. We hear all this echo. I'll be right here. So we see that she's waking up. See, I knew it. So she, Jacob said, baby, I'm right here. He's sitting right there on the chair. See, I know y'all writing down beyond the gate. Y'all ain't fooling no damn body. That poor baby, she was crying in her sleep, honey. He was like, I'm right here. She said, oh my God, Jacob. She finally showing him some love, y'all, because she ain't been showing him no love in a while. I just had the most terrible, horrible nightmare and it felt so real. I thought I lost you. He's like, I'm so sorry for putting you through this, baby. I'm just glad you're here. She just holds all that chest. What's the day? Chest day? I mean, on his chest. Honey, what we doing? It's Monday, right? Monday? Okay. So we're back at the country club and we see Kat and Danny coming in all loud, giggling and laughing all loud and everything. Sorry to be late, my loves. I have a huge shoot coming up and I have to nail down some last minute details. This is Danny, honey. She has a huge shoot, honey, a huge photo shoot. YouTube. Photo. So Kat was like, honey, you are not going to get no apologies from me, honey. Chelsea Cat duty calls. Oh, do I need to? Girl, it's handle, honey. And we're off the clock. Because Chelsea was ready to start talking business. Kat was like, I got it, boo. So besides, we want to give our full day of attention to planning your day of love. Hopefully that damn Leslie don't come over and bother them. Go out there with your imaginary wedding, honey. They are actually planning a wedding. You're not. So Danny was like, wait a minute, Naomi ain't here? Oh, she called last night. She said something came up that she doesn't want to get into. I bet you something did come up. Okay, well, we can just fill her in with the present company, that we have right here, Madison said. Danny was like, well, we'll fill her in later. Okay, whatever. So we're starting with the venues. So something with that about like a rooftop terrace. Is that what we're doing? Well, actually, that fell through, which is actually a good thing because Madison says Chelsea and I were debating the bohemian versus the traditional wedding. Oh, I do love a good boho vibe, Kat says. Chelsea was like, you do? Kat was like, yeah, girl, on Instagram, not in real life, like on that bitch Eva. Thank you, Kat. She says, rugs outside with bugs and grass stains. Hell no. Cushions instead of chairs, girl. Half the guest list has bad knees. What that mean? They old girl. So I guess Madison notices that Danny has some thoughts jumping in her mind. Oh, I see that your mommy has some thoughts brewing. Danny was like, what if we could have both? What if you didn't have to choose? Oh, Lord have mercy, that room was so tiny. We're back with Leslie wasting this lady's time planning a wedding. It was like standing in a shoebox with chandeliers. All right, my baby. She deserves the wedding of the century, all right? Not some sweet 16 crammed in the back of a community center. Well, Bijou says, this little country club ain't cutting it, all right? Don't tell me she gonna try to have Eva's quote unquote wedding the same day as Chelsea. Listen, we need the bigger. We need to grandeur, Bijou. Okay? I'm talking something when the guest walks through the door. They'll just stop breathing, honey. Oh, yes, and vaulted floors and marbles. No, marble floors and vaulted ceilings. Oh, and an organ that is so powerful that it will rattle the bones of the ancestors. Bijou says, well, that is quite lofty, but I'll explore availability. Now you're speaking my language, girl. Rock with me. So Bijou started bouncing with it. Stop, honey. Look, listen, I'm going to go stretch my legs, charge my phone. Excuse me. So she sees the ladies over there minding their fucking business, laughing, having a good time. Please don't bother them. Please. She shows how desperate she is that she wants to fit in with them so bad. And there's a bunch of them, just her. She talking about she want to outdo them. Girl, well, I was hoping that I could steal you away for dinner this week. We're back at Nicole's office. I almost forgot about her. This is Carlton asking her out for dinner. Well, that will be a refreshing change of pace considering that you have turned me down twice already. Wow. I am trying to make it up to you, he says. Just tell me that you're free, and I'll swear nothing short of a hospital fire will keep me away. So she just looks at her, her calendar. Well, and my schedule is surprisingly light for once. That is, as long as you don't mind a crowd. He was like, please don't tell me you mean Kyle. She says, Vanessa and Joey. Okay, the double date. He says, well, if you are a part of that crowd, then count me in. She said, that easy. No sudden appendicitis or a last minute golf trip to Pebble Beach. Wow, she dragging him. Is he still playing hard to get? I feel like that. I feel like he stopped doing that. Hmm. He says, now look, don't get me wrong. Sitting across from Joy Armstrong for the evening isn't exactly on my bucket list. But if breaking bread with him gets me a few hours with you, I'd do that shit 100 times over. So, well, that is, he says, reckless. She says, well, I was going to say brave. He says, well, you might think differently after you hear my request. How about we not pick a place that serves cannoli? What? Ooh, you being messy, Carlton. I knew that had to do with the Godfather. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. You get the reference. Yeah, the Godfather trilogy. Yeah. It's one of my father's faves. Not that he would ever admit it, but then it's a date, he says. You, me, Vanessa, and the DMV's own Don Corleone. Well, I do have a request of my own. He was like, sure. What is it? Can we not play gangster around Joey? He's got a lot of ears on his payroll. You never know who's listening. I wonder what she meant by that. They showed a long pause on her before they switched to the next scene. We're not going to be going into details about this wedding planning with the girls. I'm sure it's going to be funny. We'll see what they say. You know, Kat's like, I don't know y'all why y'all tripping about going back and forth about the planning. So we'll see, honey. With Danny, Kat, Madison, and Chelsea. We'll see. So Kat was like being teasing her, talking about they planned Chelsea's entire wedding when they were 7. Purple ponies, tissue flowers. It was iconic, honey. So Madison was like, oh, well, I don't oppose to purple ponies. I mean, so Kat was like, girl, don't tell me that my bestie's fiance has better taste than my bestie. Chelsea was like, girl, whatever, girl. Ah, can we please get back to my mom's solution with the both thing, okay? So she talked about this photo shoot that she did. Danny talked about it was in the woods, lights coming in, very earthy, but it had a lot of tradition in it, so that both the ladies can enjoy it. And Chelsea kind of threw her mother some shade. She's like, Mama, assuming that it's still standing, because it's been a long ass time since your modeling days. So yeah, it hasn't been that many minutes, Chelsea. Okay, bitch. Kat was like, look, what's the chapel called, honey? So she on and on about the photo shoot, Dior gowns, the water was flowing and everything. Chelsea's like, Mom, focus. What's the name of the chapel? Maggie Creek, honey. Maggie Creek Chapel. She said she remembered that it was the name of a woman and the name of a creek. So there it is. Kat was like, oh my God, would you look at that? It's still there and it's still gorgeous. Danny was like, honey, just like me, honey. So she shows them the location on her iPad. And yeah. So they're wanting to maybe focus after after Madison finishes her program. So it runs for 12 months. So they're thinking about a year from now. So March 2027 ish. So Chelsea was like, the trees should be greener. April and May will be better. So Madison gets a text because she has to do a consult. She skedaddles. She says, I'm leaning towards May. Whatever you pick, baby, I'll put it on the calendar. Yeah. Oh my God, I hate her so fucking much. Leslie is listening. Oh, my stomach is listening in the hallway. Send this text to Bijou. Cancel all of the other reservations and cancellations. I want you to book Maggie Creek Chapel in Virginia and do it fast. I don't want to talk no more. Just can't stand her. Why you can't be original, Leslie? Why you can't be original? Ever since you got rich, your goal is to do better than them. You're only one girl. It's just you. The Duprees are a dynasty. You're just nasty. Shit. They're a dynasty, bitch. You're just nasty. Anyway, we're back at the rat trap. Isaiah is on the phone with Ted. Ha ha, baby, very funny. He was like, I'm not lying. That was Dr. Richardson. Your father called. He said, see for yourself. She looked at the phone. She said, you answered it too? What the hell, Isaiah? He said, man, I figured he was calling to check in. I didn't want him to worry. Well, what the fuck did you tell him? Ooh, he said, I told him that his Precious' daughter was completely exhausted from the workout I put her through and needed a few hours to recover after the way I put that shit down. You know he didn't tell Ted that. Ted would be over there right now knocking on that damn door. She says, now I know that you're full of it, especially since you left out the part that I put it down just as good, if not better. He said, you got it, you got it. He said, I just told him that you weren't feeling well. And he said, and I quote, you should stay home and take care of yourself. He says, to which I agreed. She was like, honey, I can't stay home. We've got contracts that need signatures today. He said, well, they have to wait. Your doctor, dad ordered bed rest, and I intend to enforce it. Except we both know that there won't be much resting, right? He says, no, but there will be plenty of TLC. They start kissing. She's like, okay, 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 all right. 1 hour, all right? Oh, shit. He says, or however long it takes for you to beg me not to stop. Okay. I mean, yeah. She says, well, we'll see who begs. And we have the infamous robe falls to the floor, assuming that she's naked underneath. All right. Oh my God. So they've picked a date, and that damn Leslie heard them pick the date. She's going to pick that fucking date over them. And they're not going to have. Stomach. Stomach. Oh, she's just listening to their wedding dates. It's like, why? I just want to cry. It's not that I'm sad. I'm just mad that they have gotten this particular character so fucking petty. She even put on her post. Trisha put on her post, do you think this lady should pay for all that she's done? Everybody, she got like 75%. Yeah, hell yeah, you should pay. Few people said no. But it's like you want them to fuck you up. You really do. Them people are over there planning a wedding, and you're gonna take the date and the space for people who are not even engaged. Kat says, I'm telling you, yellow, hot pink, and tangerine. Oh, those colors will definitely pop with all those natural greenery, blah blah blah. I'm just so mad right now. And she's taking the girl's colors. Yellow, hot pink, and tangerine. She's voice noting this to Bijou. So the voice note stopped. So she's like, are you kidding me? She looks on the table, there's a pen and paper. Chelsea is like, well, I was leaning more towards a softer colors like lavender and blush. I don't want my wedding to look like a Skittles commercial. Why don't we have the dress designer to chime in? I can reach out to Lillian Marler and Simone Valdez. Valdez. So she's writing down those names. She's gonna try to beat them to it. She's gonna try to beat them to it. Her crazy ass. I'm so disappointed in this character. I'm so mad. That's me having passion for this role. This girl. I loved her so much. Why are you bothering them? So Danny says those two ladies are the best in the business. Kat asks Chelsea has her and Madison locked down on their music situation. I was thinking of surprising her with her favorite local band, the Fractured Clavicles. Kat was like, girl, a band named after broken bones. They're actually pretty good. They're like three frequency meets six sonic vibes. Yeah, I can't wait to see them at the end of April. They're a band made up of doctors and nurses who got their degrees in both medicine and melodies. How sweet. Is that a real group? It probably is. She heard them at a charity event and almost fell for them as hard as she fell for me. Bitch. Now, Leslie, if you get that damn group, the Fractured Clavicles, to play at damn Eva's wedding, I'm going to stay. I will not do another line for her. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed, y'all. Oh my gosh, she's just out in the hallway just taking all the notes. Danny was like, well, how about we ask the Fractured Clavicles to play at the reception, while for the ceremony we book a string quartet. And Leslie's like, yeah, good idea. Just writing this shit down. Or a group that doesn't scream open wound, Kat says. She said, okay, we will get them to play for the reception. And all this planning is making me a little hungry, Chelsea said. So Leslie leaves and Kat sees her leaving. And Kat was like, hmm. So she gets out in the lobby, throws all these papers on Bijou's lap. I just had the credible burst of inspiration. All right, so I want everybody on those napkins on standby for those dates for Eva's wedding before anyone can snatch them up. Okay, and money is no object. Bijou's like, no, no, bitch, oh no. Did I stutter? Chop chop, Bijou. Let's go, make it happen, Captain. I just want to slap her so bad. I'm trying not to be emotionally connected to this damn show. It's just a show, right? I want that bitch in orange before the end of this year. She got to. Because those people are not bothering her. And everybody's getting on Kat for how she feels. They want her to move on. But what's going to happen when Danny and them reach out for that date in that location and she has it? What are they going to do? I would love to know. That's something you just cannot ignore, okay? You can't. So what the fuck are they gonna do when they reach out for that date and the colors and the band and the location and it's taken? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna just like, well, just ignore her? No. Let Kat jump on her and beat the fuck out of her. And then Nicole, because Nicole ain't gonna do shit. She busy trying to get her groove back. I'm just so mad. I'm so mad, y'all. Sometimes you cry when you're sad and you cry when you're mad. I'm just upset. I'm just that whole situation. Them people ain't bothering her. Mm. I didn't think that this was gonna turn our lives upside down for this case. We're back at the hotel room, and this is Jacob talking to Naomi. Yeah. I know this is not what you signed up for when you married me. Naomi was like, honey, this is exactly what I signed up for. And while I'd rather have you beside me every night, I also know what you're doing matters, baby. Like I said, 90 days ago, that bitch couldn't be around him. She could stand him. Now, oh my God, I can't. He's more than just my husband. He's my safe place. What happened to 90 days ago when you couldn't stand to see him? She says, and once you're back whooping on the bad guys, your ass will be back home hogging all the blanket. He was like, really, baby, really? She's like, what? What's so funny? She's, I be waking up half the time, baby's shivering half the. He said, not that. Whooping on the bad guys. He was like, who the fuck am I now? T'Challa? Yeah, I know who T'Challa, if I could say it right, from Black Panther. She said, well, hell, I wouldn't complain about it because I think you look pretty damn sexy in a spandex suit. Well, you say, I'm down for role play, baby, but that's where I draw the line. Oh, she says, well, with or without the tights, you are already my superhero, the only one I'll ever need. Since you got so many brilliant thoughts about this dinner, do you have any brilliant ideas as to where we should go? This is Nicole talking to Carlton about his choices of dinner. Everybody has these Banneker pillows on their set. Bill has it in his office on his couch. Nicole has it on her couch. Okay, y'all better have the Banneker pillow. He says he was thinking simple, fast food. Emphasis on fast. He said, huh? So the man who critiques wine like a master sommelier suddenly has the urge for a value meal. He says you will be surprised on the magic that I can whip up with a Big Mac combo. I bet. Well, if that is the bar that we are setting, then Joey is going to leave you in the dust. Get out of here. He says, oh, you must have not seen his cooking videos. Vanessa says that one time he reserved Uptown one night and made her the most exquisite meal. But I guess I can always say that I couldn't find a date. I mean, ooh, we see Kyle show the fuck up. And who in their right mind would even believe that Nicole couldn't find a date? When I tell you that damn Carlton, his shoulders is like, who the fuck invited you to this conversation? You motherfucker. She says a date that works for both Carlton and me. Ooh, he says, hello, Fitz. I'm not interrupting the therapy session right now, am I? Kyle. This is what Kyle says. He called Carlton Fitz. I'm not interrupting the therapy session. Damn. Y'all, both of y'all are not gonna wind up with her. They're not. Because that fighting thing, I think she likes it, but then it's gonna get old. So Carlton was like, no, motherfucker. Nicole and I were planning a date with another couple. Oh well, Nicole, it wouldn't happen to be anybody that I met at the Winterfest now, would it? Kyle, you messy too. Both of them messy. Because we know Carlton couldn't make it. He says, oh yeah, and remind me again, Carlton, why I had to fill in for you that night? Well, I would have been there, Carlton said, but family took priority. Being from a very close family herself, Nicole understands. Kyle says, yeah, right. I got your text about my watch. So she's like, why don't you let me finish up with Carlton first? She don't know how to juggle them. She don't know how to juggle both of them together. She can't. I think it's a subconscious act of how she's trying to feel what Ted did by juggling her and Leslie at the same time. I think she's finding out. I know I'm reaching deep. Y'all let me reach. All right, please. I think that it's a subconscious act of her seeing what it feels like to juggle two lovers, but this time they know about each other. Well, we knew that Leslie knew about her, but she didn't know about Leslie. I think it's a subconscious act of her dating these two men to, of course, find her independence. But I think that she's wondering how Ted felt with juggling two people, and she finding out it ain't as easy as she thought it was. So Kyle's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I have to be at a clinic in Leesburg, and I need my watch for work. Remember, it was in your bedroom. That's what I feel like he's wanting to say something like that. So she reaches in her purse to give to give him the watch. He says, "Thank you," Kyle says. "Mm, and where did you find it?" Nicole says, "Exactly where you left it." So he's just looking at her. Carlton is talking to Kyle. "Look, mother, you got your watch. Why don't you give her some space?" Kyle says, "And I will leave when I'm damn good and ready." Okay, I see exactly what this is now. So the foolishness is just not reserved for the basketball court. She says, "I don't care if this is the office, the gym, or the moon. What I saw and what I've been hearing is petty, juvenile, and frankly beneath the both of you." Yeah, I said that earlier. They both are petty. "If I may offer correction," Carlton says, "there was no brawl on the basketball court. Just a friendly competition between two colleagues." Right, Kyle? She looked at them both. She says, "Friendly, huh? How's the wrist?" "Nothing I can handle," Carlton says. "And the elbow?" She looks at Kyle. He says, "Never felt better." They both lying. Like I said, now I get it now. I think that she's figuring out, like, child, I don't know how Ted could do it. And she probably like, "Vanessa, how in the world were you able to juggle more than one man?" It's tough, especially if they know about each other. When one don't know, it's kind of, I guess it was easier to juggle. But she thought she was being honest and being open, but she's figuring out, and they work together. I think she's figuring out, like, this is some bull. I don't think I need to spill this out, but I am a grown ass woman who expects the company of grown ass men. And if the both of you can't manage that shit, then I will not waste another single second of my time. I add the extra ass in there. "You have my word," Carlton says. "Nothing like this shit will ever happen again. At least not for me." Why does he always have to add that little comma in there? It's like, you said what you said. Why you had to add that? "At least not for me." Why you had to do that? Carlton says, I mean, Kyle, I keep saying Carlton. Kyle was like, "Well, since you're the one who started it." Carlton is like, "Look, you know what? Why don't I give you two some space to talk?" Kyle was like, "Hmm, that is very gentlemanly of you." So Carlton leaves, and so Kyle apologizes to say that he was out of line, deliberately provoking Carlton with that little watch stunt. "You're not just out of line, you're out of your mind." He says, "Message received," Kyle says. "I hope this doesn't change how you feel about me. What we have is worth more than some stupid ego trip. I will let you know how I feel about it after I've thought it through." Is there such thing? Well, let me make sure. I see that I'm sure it is, but I wonder, did she go there? Okay. I wonder, did she go to Tougaloo College? Is that what Daphne? Did she go there? It just makes me wonder why they picked that particular college. Is it a college of medicine? You know? Shit. Wow. She told Kyle, "Don't hold his fucking breath." Man, I tell you, men are so damn territorial. They are so territorial. And I know y'all men don't like it. I love y'all. I love y'all. I say this to my boyfriend. Sir, men are territorial. And he says, "You right." We are. You right. You're absolutely right. So yeah. Um, even though she was honest with both of them, that don't matter. They got that measuring contest. Y'all know what I mean. They always want to know who's heavier, who's longer. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't think she knew what she was in for, just juggling two people. Like I said, I think that she was like, okay, Vanessa did that shit. Okay. Ted did it, Bill did it. It's my turn. At least I'm gonna be honest and tell everybody, But child, oh God. We're back at the rat trap. Where's Eva's bedroom? Everybody's always on the couch and on this show. She's wrapped in blanket and he is too. He said he couldn't help but notice the bridal magazines that are on the coffee table. Mama keeps dropping them off every time she stops by. She's got an agenda. He's like, yeah, your pops, he warned me. Said that once Leslie locks in on something and she's like a pit bull. Facts. But I did have a come to Jesus moment with her, so hopefully I got through. You never get through to your mom. So they busy on the couch smooching and we hear a knock on the door, honey. And it's her walking in with these books while Isaiah and her are half naked on the couch. Mama, you can't be walking up here. Well, I knocked. You didn't answer, so I took it as an invitation. She sits down. And there is a bed. Huh, well, good morning to you, she says. It says Isaiah. Good morning, Miss Thomas, he says. Oh, sweetie, please miss me with the formalities. I mean, it's a little silly, but you're sitting there in your birthday suit. Mama! Oh, what? Please, honey, we are all practically family, right? I mean, almost. Go out in the hall now so we can get dressed. Child, do you know I have seen all? Front, back, upside down, hanging from the ceiling fan. Please, covered in baby oil. I ain't scared. Eva picks up a pillow, tosses her to her mama, tells her to go. I'm tired. You know what you doing. You just acting a little bit too grown these days. And she got her shit up. And so she shows her the wedding book. And I will have your future printed in full color. I swear, that woman. What about her, Eva? What about her? Because like Ted says, when she got her sights set on something, this lady is finna drop a grip on a wedding, taking that girl's taking that girl's date. I'm just okay. Let me stop. Okay, I'm beating my head so I can get that part erased. So we back with Naomi and Jacob. She got her top off. He has his top on. So she asks him, what's it like living the bachelor life again? He says, well, I got the meal situation down to a science. A strict rotation of frozen pizza, chicken wings, and ramen. Wow, so a real balanced diet, huh? Naomi says. She was like, although I didn't hear you mention the ice cream. He was like, wait a minute, how did you? She said, I will never forget the number of ice cream containers I saw in your garbage, baby, when we were dating, boo. All right, we ain't gonna, we'll see. We'll see what they talking about, girl. So he had a lot of beer cans too. He was like, look, a man gotta cope somehow. Being away from my wife for this long is some damn cruel and unusual punishment. Oh my, she says, well, I'm glad to know that I awarded you with some serious compulsory relief last night. Oh, multiple times, if I recall correctly. Oh, she better be pregnant now. If she wasn't pregnant that first time, bitch, you better be pregnant now. You better be. Damn, he says, and it still wasn't enough. I think you could up that damn amount. Okay, I mean, I said, okay, girl. She says, wish granted, honey, let's do it. But I don't want to be a buzzkill, but Derek's been asking about you. So he was like, he has? Yeah, she said, but don't be worried about that, baby. I stuck to the story and I've been studying, about detective training courses. So if Derek or anyone starts pressing for more detail, got some answers for their asses. Oh, baby, I can see it now. You're in our bed, laptop open, meticulously taking notes like you're prepping for a case. She says, okay, well, can you also see what I'm wearing, boo? He's like, hell yeah, one of my favorites. She said, the pink lace. He says, yeah, and it goes perfect with those fuzzy handcuffs. She's like, God dog it, I could have brought them things. He said, man, I could have brought the real ones. They're cute. They're real cute. She says, honey, once this case is over and you are home for good, baby, every night will be the pink lace for you. Yeah. She says, and only the pink fucking lace, all right? He was like, damn, baby, when you say things like that, I don't know how I'm supposed to leave this damn room. She said, I mean, that's the point. I love it though. I love that he was like, get over here now. I'm still thinking about Friday. This is a good balance because that whole Leslie thing is stressing me the fuck out. So this is a great balance for today's show. It's all right. It's not one of the greatest ones episodes, but it's giving me this great balance because Leslie is just such a so they still kissing. So he was like, baby, as much as I wanna. She's like, nope, I know. Say no more. Work calls. Uh, I know. Since I know you can't anyway. So he looks at his wedding band, and so she asks him, does he wear it when he's pretending to be what he's supposed to be? He was like, nah, I keep it hidden at the apartment I've been renting. He don't want to risk having that shit on him. You know what I'm saying? So he said he needed to wear his wedding band last night because he needed to feel that they were sneaking away to do a sexy interlude to indulge in in a cheap motel. He just needed to have that little fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being us being the last time we might see each other for a long time. So he had a little, a little role play in there. He said he liked a good role play. That was a good role play. So she thanks him for keeping and staying connected with her. He says, I know it's not enough, but I'm trying to find ways that I want to be able to tell you how much I miss you and I hate being away from you. He says, but I had to see you, boo. Oh, they better not killed by Jacob. She says, I understand, us getting these stolen moments. A few stolen moments is all that we share. You've got your family and they need you there. But I try to resist being last on your list. Yes, honey. Can't nobody do it like Whitney, honey. Nobody. So I might have to cut that on, honey, after this damn episode. Naomi was like, I ain't sang in a long time, have I, y'all? Sometimes I'll throw it in there. Some songs just need to be thrown in there sometimes. I ain't stopped singing because somebody asked me to. It's like sometimes I be talking, I be all into this shit, and it might not, be warranted for it. But shit, this, yeah. Yeah, I feel yeah, honey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She said, honey, I will take that, baby. Just give me what you can give me, baby. So they give each other a hug. He says, I'll head out first. And you need to wait at least 10 fucking minutes before you leave, all right? She says, got it. I love you. Oh, I love you more. And Jacob, please be careful. Right when he get to the door, he turn around, do that smile, and he leaves. Yeah, before he left, she told him to just make sure he be careful. So we are back at the country club. Chelsea is on the phone. Okay, thank you. She looks so sad. So we see Kat on the phone too. Kat says, "No problem. Your loss. Have a blessed day." So it's the date and the venue. That damn chapel is booked for the weekend that they picked, and both backup dates. So Chelsea was like, "Well, that's impossible because when we checked on the website, they were available through spring." So Danny was like, "Well, what's more impossible is that Lily and Simone are not even available." So the broken clavicles they booked, the string quartet they got another wedding event. So yeah. Oh my god, my stomach. So Danny was like, wait a minute. So all of our ideas just magically dried the fuck up. Cat was like, mm-mm. That shit just don't happen by happenstance, bitch. Something else is at play. So she said she would normally call Jonathan and Julie. I remember them. They were so cool because they always show up for them for the other Dupree events, but they're busy too. So, okay, great. She says, I will call the next best thing is Bijou. She heard Bijou's phone in the lobby. Oh, Bijou, I need you help to put together my daughter's wedding. Come on, Bijou, tell her what the fuck happened. Poor Bijou. She was like, honestly, I'm thinking about just quitting the event planning business altogether. Danny was like, girl, you are the best in the damn DMV. What client could possibly have you put in this state? Mama, what do you need? Let me rephrase that. What do you need from me right now? Back at the rat trap. This is Eva talking to her mammy. She's still holding on to these fucking books. Can a mother just pop in and see her child without having an agenda? No, not you. From my experience, no. You look like you're dying to tell me something. But I'm late for work, so translation, you need to go. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Caffeine on the house. He gives her coffee. Oh, thank you, Isaiah. He tells her, go handle your business, baby. I'm gonna lock up after I bounce. So is she gonna leave him there with that woman? She's like, you sure? We'll be fine, baby, I promise. You heard the man go. Your mama and your mister need to get more acquainted. Behave yourself, mama. Don't I always? And she's sipping her tea, her coffee, whatever. So Eva kisses him. She says, blink twice if you scared, all right? He says, baby, I'm okay. So he sits down and says, Leslie, Leslie, Leslie. He puts his hand on her lap. What am I going to do with you? How about appreciating me from a distance? He lifts his hand off and put it on her. Now listen, my moral compass may spin like a DJ, but even I have my boundaries. What? He was like, well, no, ain't nobody trying to fuck you, Miss Thomas. God dog. He said that this is ain't what this is about. She was like, damn. Watch your tone, young man, youngin. You couldn't handle all of this anyway. He said, see, that right there is exactly why we need to talk. Isaiah, I hate to burst your bubble, baby, but you can do all the talking in the world. That lady don't listen. She don't even listen to her own mama. And when the last time we seen her? I'm talking about Peaches. Girl, she ain't listening to you. The only person you listen to is that person in the mirror with all them thousands of wigs. So we're back at Nicole's desk. She's getting ready to leave out the office. She sees Carlton in the hallway. Carlton, I apologize for earlier. Kyle was out of line. He was like, no, I'm not the type to let a little silly jab from a visiting doctor shake me. You had to say that okay, Carlton. I appreciate that. He says, look, I know the rules. If that means I have to share you, well, I'll take that over not having you at all. So still, I know this isn't easy. He says, it's okay, Nicole. It's okay. He says, now I gotta get to surgery. This breast reconstruction is not going to perform itself. So he gives her a kiss and says, au revoir. If I hear "Hold please" one more time, this is Kat and Chelsea, everybody at the country club. Hopefully, Danny will bring Bijou over there in that room, or she'll tell them, "Girls, come out here. Come on, Bijou, please." So Kat was like, "If I have to hear that one more time, bitch, I'm catching the case." Well, the whole wedding is about to be on hold. This is a complete disaster, honey. We look around. Danny is on skates coming from that damn lobby to the table. She is pissed. Please tell me that's a good news face. Honey, Danny slammed that fucking phone down. Yeah. So Kat is like, honey, you just might have to elope in Aruba and call it a day. Danny was like, bitch, you two are not going to believe who has been hijacked every fucking one of our wedding plans. Who? Kat and Chelsea says. Next scene, Miss Thomas. I'm going to keep it 100 with you, all right? This is what Isaiah, she don't listen to you. She don't hear that. You wasting your breath, boy. He tells her that he got feelings for the daughter, and more than she even knows. She gives him so much peace, the more than he's ever had. Even better, it makes him better than he was yesterday. Blah blah blah. He said, "Right now, you're making it really hard for her to breathe." I don't know what you're getting at. She never does. She don't give a fuck. She kicked that girl out last year, Isaiah. You weren't even here. She kicked her daughter out. She don't care. I mean, I just want the best for my baby. Any mother would want that. So you can't fault me for that. He says, look, I respect it. Okay, I do. But these, he picks up the wedding books. Okay, it's just mindless reading material. He's like, look, Eva ain't no damn child no more, okay? She don't need you to be planning her future. She needs space to live her future. He said, but right now it feels like you're planning our honeymoon. And that's a whole lot of fucking pressure, okay? And I know that you are the last person who wants to get in the way of your daughter's happiness. Isaiah, you and Eva are like a walking magazine cover. And it reminds me of the love story that I never had. And you can't blame a mother for wanting to lock that in. He says that you can. She says, how? He says, just by staying out the fuck, get out the way. Okay, if Eva and him decide to take the next step, he says, I promise you, I will give you a heads up. Ooh, wow. He says, you gotta let me love your daughter without a countdown lingering over our fucking heads. My goodness. Out of this whole episode, that's a line. That's a line. Hmm. You really are serious about her. He said, yeah. Okay, fine. I'll cool it with the wedding plans. She always says that. Don't trust it. For now. He was like, okay. And they give each other a pound and psh, like, fist pound. Ah, Eva, hey, I heard the clinic opening was a massive success. We're at the hospital. This is Madison talking with Eva at the hospital. Yeah, we had a huge turnout. Mama really put it off. Yeah, sounds like it, Madison says. Listen, I can't wait to volunteer there. Wow, they got all the top doctors volunteering there. That's dope. So she said she can't do it right away. Between her schedule and the fellowship, it'll be hard. So Eva was like, girl, I know all about the Parkinson's research. That is life changing, Madison, especially if that shit leads to a cure. Oh yeah, that's the hope. She says, well, with your research at Mama's clinic, it's giving we are right where we need to be. And it feels good, doesn't it? Madison says, I'm like being tied to things that are they putting that's putting so much good into the world. Oh my gosh. Okay, I mean, yeah, you know what, girl, child, we don't know what they were saying when they was walking down the hall. Anyway, Naomi comes to the hospital. She gets off the elevator. What you doing there, girl? Girl, we bring Ashley on like the last 10 minutes. Hey, Ash. If you're swamped, girl. Ashley said, "Bitch, no, my timing, your timing is perfect, honey. What's the tea?" I just finished wrangling the morning chaos, and thankfully, my grouch of a boss is heading to a meeting. So who? Shanice or Leah? One of y'all said that Leah might be Joey's sister. Oh my God, wouldn't that be? Mwah! That would be fucking dope if Leah is Joey's sister. When y'all said that, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. That would be great. I don't know if any of y'all heard it. I'm sure y'all saw it in the comments. If Leah is Joey's sister, that would be amazing. Cause she acts spoiled and like a boss. You know what I'm saying? Although her pappy didn't want her to do all that dirty shit, but I feel like she wanted to do it. So if this is her, oh my God, it's so good. So Naomi looks a little worried, honey. She's like, Naomi, bitch, you okay? Girl, I was with Jacob last night, girl. So how's he holding up, girl? Girl, he is fine, girl. It felt just so good to be with him, honey, and have all of that. Yeah, girl. But this morning when I was watching his fine ass getting ready for work, girl, Ash, I felt like I was feeling all traumatized all over again, especially with the nightmares that I've been having about losing him. She said, "Hey, hey, girl, hey, look, Jacob ain't going nowhere. You don't know that. That's why you need to tell him." First, the nightmares with Martin last season. Now we got this girl having nightmares. So she just worried about something's gonna happen to him. And so Ashley tells her, you look, girl, you know as well as I do, girl, that Jacob is way too smart to put himself in danger that he can't handle. Hey, yo, Red, it's Rashad. Yeah, I'm trying to pick up some extra time. So we back in the hallway, and not in the hallway, in the alleyway. It's Rashad now. Rashad instead of Jacob, it's Rashad. You should have shaved your head, my friend. You should have shaved your head, Jacob, or at least cut the beard. One or the other, just to give us that feeling of undercover. Yeah, for sure, that work. Test me to drop. And that is the end of episode number 51, season 2 of Beyond the Gates. Was decent. It was all right. It was decent today. I needed that balance of the love between Jacob and Naomi. I needed that because I can't wait to see what the Duprees are going to do with this Leslie situation. Because I don't know why she thinks that she can just defeat them when it's just one. It's just her. Eva ain't going to do but so much. It's just you, girl. But against a whole fucking dynasty. So let me go ahead and get this mashed together, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.